with the proposals that have been given. The first one was a concessionary contract offer, and Mr. Williams refuted this in saying that raises and steps are included in the offer if certain metrics are met, and if they are not met, there would be a freeze, not a concession. So I just have I have a couple questions for the board that no one seems to really know how to answer. First, are the metrics really achievable? I mean, really, are they achievable? Because there's some issues with the metrics and it takes me back to a couple of years ago when I sat in this room with the hiring process of Mr. Williams. The argument was brought forth from Rod Green, who's actually here tonight, that the school board should always give a superintendent a rolling 3-year contract. And the reason why you would want that to happen is it gives some stability to the position. And his comment was the minute that a superintendent or even assistant superintendent was not renewed for an additional year, they should immediately look for a job somewhere else. So the issue that I have, so what's the point? Well, if you tie raises and more importantly steps to metrics that nobody knows whether it can be achieved or not, then every single teacher in this district that's not at step 11 should be looking for a job somewhere else. We have a real issue there because every other district is going to be able to offer more money if they're going to be frozen. I mean, I don't think there's any teacher, especially at the lower steps, that are going to want to stay frozen or have an unknown going into every year about whether they're going to get a step or not. It should be known when they leave one year and go into the next year. You know, and the thing is we're talking about retaining teachers, but those proposals are not accomplishing retaining teachers at all. We're going to continue to lose teachers with those proposals. You know, as an example, where we're at right now is if we have a teacher that has been in the district for 8 years. If they've been in the district for 8 years and they have a master's degree, they're making $44,110. 8 years in the district with a master's degree because they're already 4 steps behind. So with this proposal, if metrics aren't met, they're going to go into their 9th year teaching with this district, still making $44,110. I mean, can anyone explain how that is not a concession? Would we like to see what a 9-year teacher in other districts make? I know that we don't need to see that because everyone knows that it's much more than what it is, than what 44,000 is. Okay, the second thing that was brought up was that no investment was being made in teachers and students. And I just want to clarify that because I think that's a little bit, I think it's misleading because I don't think that's really been the position of the TFT, is that no investment's being made. What our issue has been is that we need to, the proposals need to retain teachers and they need to add student programs. Investing is a little bit different than retaining teachers and actually retaining student programs. So there's no disputing that the district has spent a majority of its Title I money on teacher, coaches, and new technology. We all know that. That's great. The district did also invest in an elementary ELA curriculum. But where are the additional student programs? What do we offer that's going to help us compete with other districts? We already cut Spanish at the middle school. Why? Because we haven't done enough to retain teachers, so we lost veteran teachers in Spanish, which caused us to have to move teachers from the middle school to the high school. So now we don't offer Spanish in that kind of capacity at the middle school anymore. And it's a direct result of not being able to retain teachers. These weren't first or second year teachers we lost. These were veteran teachers that had several years that would never be able to leave the district that they're in anywhere else if they were on the proper set. You know, we all want our district to thrive. We want our students to come back. But what are they going to come back to? Better opportunities or more of the same? Teacherless classrooms? Part of this 58% that we talk about, we advocate, includes new programs for students. The more student programs you offer, the more teachers you need. If you compensate your teachers fairly, then less teachers will leave and programs won't have to get cut. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. Happy New Year and congratulations to the new members, or to the new positions. Thanks. I appreciate that.
Testing. All right, so I just like to say thank you everybody for being here. And my name is Janice Robinson. I live at 14126 Jackson in the city of Taylor. I just want to piggyback on what my colleague said to talk about how when we want to keep kids, we want to bring kids in. Those of you who have been around for a little while will know that I spoke to you a few years ago when my daughter was going into second grade, and they had a 2-3 split that was supposed to have 34 kids in it. And most people in the Taylor School District, when they pull their kids to go to another school, they don't come and ask you first. But I wanted to give you that option because I thought it said a lot that my daughter went to the school that I taught at, and I believed in the staff that we have, from our secretaries to our maintenance crew to all of our teachers. We have some amazing people and beyond. And my daughter loved kindergarten and first grade, and she had 20 and 18 in kindergarten. And to go into a 2-3 split with, hello? Woo, I didn't do that, okay? So I'll try to speak up. So I came to you and I said I had to do what's right for my daughter if you couldn't do it. And I was told, oh, it's not going to be like that. It was like that. There were 35 kids, and a couple left and a couple more came in. And the teacher that would have been her teacher is an excellent person. I mean, she's great with kids. She's amazing with my special needs kids. And so I would have trusted her with my daughter, hands down. But now that I went to Woodhaven, and she's in there. She has art. She has computers taught by a certified teacher. She has, the artwork is so amazing. They have 22 in her second grade, 22 in her third grade, and 21 in her fourth grade. And I feel like they just redid their schools, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, they've redone their schools like 3 times since we've had anything done to ours except paint. So there's a lot to be said for, like, I care about this district, I want what's best for this district. I know all of you do as well, or you wouldn't be here taking your time. I appreciate everything you do. I just want you to know that we want to provide what's right for our students and for our community, and we want to work with you guys on that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Anyone else would like to address the board? The motion by Mr. Trimmer. Okay. 2.03, Dr. Rod Green, strategic planning.
Hello. Hello. Stay on. Okay, so do you have my little thing you can put up? So hello everyone. Hello. Happy New Year. Good to see such a nice crowd here today. I've been, today, I think it's over on the right, yeah, it's over there. I've been talking to the stakeholders in the district today about strategic planning. And so I don't know for sure how many I met with, but upwards of 50 employees and students I met with today. And so just give me a couple of these slides here. I'll tell, or I can join too. Okay. All right. So, so the board. I don't know if you can see how easy you can see back here or over here, but the strategic planning process that we're talking about is we're basically in the second column there right now. We're gathering the data. So part of what I was doing today was gathering qualitative data from staff and students and asking the questions about what do they think should be improved in the district. We're also going to have some quantitative data that is reported in the state of Michigan, and things like the demographics of the district, the test scores, the personnel in the district, finances, enrollment, so on and so forth. So this report that I'm putting together is going to be a pretty comprehensive report, about 120 pages, and I'm going to be presenting it to the board and to the stakeholder group on February 10th. So I've asked the district, and Ben and Kim, I think, know this, and this week, hopefully, we're going to be sending out invitations to stakeholders, and we want teachers involved, we want support staff involved, the board members, obviously, administrators, and a couple of students and community members to come to this meeting on February 10th. It's an all-day meeting, and our goal will be in that meeting to go through the report, to actually work on what the improvements should be made in the district, to make sure our vision, mission, and beliefs are lined up, and then actually develop goals. So that's the big day on the strategic planning. All this work that we've been doing to this point, in that day with the stakeholders in the district, we'd like to develop goals. And then from there, the next part of the slide here is the goal teams and action plans. That is, at the end of February, I'll meet with the administrative team to put some more guts to the overall plan that we did at the retreat, so we can actually put some timelines, some metrics, and some actual strategies to hopefully how are we going to make these improvements in the district. And then I hope to be back here in March at your March 12th meeting to present to the board the finalized strategic plan for the district. So obviously we want board members at the retreat because you're going to see the input from the community and from the staff and all of the various things that we're working on to try to bring to you later on then in March. So that's the basics of the plan, and I didn't know if the board had questions or wanted to talk a little bit about anything in particular. I can go over more of what I did today with the staff, or at your pleasure.